Bismillah, Assalamualaikum. This is 2nd of June 2020 and this is the first day of class for the subject that I teach, which is statics. So this is the first class after a long break since COVID-19 struck, and also this is the ERTL, the emergency remote teaching learning process that we are currently using due to the fact that the student will not be in the university, they will be at their home, etc. So it is mostly online or remote teaching and learning, right? So there are several things that I want to test today in terms of the system. First thing off, I do use the approach of flipped class approach for this subject, meaning that they have to watch the lecture before the class time, and then coming to class it's mainly tutorial and solving questions, and they can ask what they do not understand throughout the tutorial session, right? So that's the approach that I'm using. Hence this today is from 8 a.m. until 10 a.m. is the tutorial time, is the class session. So I do expect them to have watched the lecture first, and then here right now is the tutorial. So in the remote teaching approach, obviously the video for the lecture is already online, so that's fine. But in terms of the tutorial, normally it is in the class, physical class. Right now that portion also becomes online. So this is just to see, today there's a lot of experimenting I'm doing to see whether it works or not. And in this video, anyone who is interested, feel free to watch what is going on, right? So it is already 8:07 a.m, meaning that the session is already started officially from 8 until 10, inshallah, right? So first thing first, I will be sharing the screen capture from time to time. The first thing that I will be showing is let me see. So this is the thing. So I have already posted the tutorial video, and I make it to be scheduled to be published today at 7 a.m. I said just in case anyone who want to start early, they can watch from 7 a.m. and when I am on the standby mode now at 8 a.m. They can straight away ask question if they have any. So right now, until now, there's 22. This is in the last 60 minutes. So roughly there's 22 students that is already in the video, on the video. The length is 1 hour 12 minutes here, right? So there's already 22 students watching the video. I'm not sure whether it's exactly 22 or not, but the count view is this one, right? Because multiple count can actually from one person if they click and then they go out and click again. Anyway, so roughly I'll take it at 22 students. So half of the students is already watching. So in terms of the mode that I'm using, it's not a synchronous lesson, right? So I'm opening the window from 8 to 10 for them to be utilizing their own time, their own schedule. Within that time, I'll be on standby mode. I will be here, inshallah, waiting if there's any question. If there's none, not a problem. So I will go about how I do that in terms of to ensure certain things. Anyway, so the video is up. So some of the student is already watching. All right. So okay, so that's the video. Next, what I have done is I have the Google Classroom, and then I have already posted the PDF of the questions that will be covered in the tutorial today. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, I have made this in the Google Classroom. I have to set it as assignment, but if I go into there, so the instruction is I have made the Google form for them to register when they, okay, someone just click on this, okay, but no one. Okay, so back again. So here I make two Google form. One is when they start the class, they should register, and then when they leave the class, they should register as well. So I'm tracking that so that in the I will know that who is starting the tutorial session. So in this case, if you see the screen here, from 5:53 a.m. one actually have logged in, and then at 7 before 8 there's also so many students logged in. Okay, someone, okay, admin, so they keep coming in and out. All right, so I will go about why this is the thing, but anyway, so and then okay, for I also they have said I have obtained the PDF and will start to attempt solve. I'm not sure whether anyone who have already, so everyone will start to okay, someone is actually saying this, wait, what is this? I will watch the tutorial without attempting any question yet, we'll try later, right? So I just want to know who will be doing what, roughly, so that I can because on standby I'm actually standing by for any question. So if someone actually, so they keep it coming in and out, but I will go about this later. So anyway, so roughly it's 30 plus students have already come in. Anyway, so okay, so you have any question or not yet?
Oh, no.
Okay. So anyway, so this group, this ni, bila you ada question, you just masuk and ask, and you boleh keluar bila you nak. So this is just ruang untuk kalau ada soalan.
Okay.
Alright, so that's a student that went into the Google Meet session. I think because this is the first day, so it's somewhat some people do not understand yet the system. Alright, anyway, so first I want them to log in so that I know exactly how many students is starting the session, and then they have to log out when they finish, right? So no one logged out yet, of course. It's already 8:12 a.m. so the session is already beginning. So the purpose I'm doing this is so that I will not be staying here until 10 a.m. if every student that log in already log out and no one is actually doing anything. So why should I be waiting? So I want to know. So this is somewhat like an attendance, getting in the class and getting out of the class. But my purpose is not really for their attendance. I do not care that much. As long as they learn on your own time, etc., not a problem. But this is more on who is actually virtually entering the class and then leaving the class, so I know whether I should be waiting still for any possible question. Okay. Again, another student. So I'll maybe address him. Dengar ke? Dengar ke? Oh, he's not yet wearing the headphone. Test, dengar?
Yep.
Okay, so yang Google Meet ni saya open, sentiasa open. Siapa yang ada soalan boleh masuk. Kalau tak ada soalan, nak stay boleh, nak keluar boleh. Takut data pun habis. Tapi ni macam akan sentiasa open sampai pukul 10. Kalau ada soalan, you boleh masuk tanya kalau nak tanya verbal lah.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
Thank you.
So yeah, so that's the Google Meet. So
soalan je lah.
So that's the thing. Because why? Because I have already uploaded the tutorial video, so they can watch the entire tutorial on video. They can register when they start and finish. I will be waiting. So there's two communication ways that I open to them. One is via WhatsApp, so I have to keep watching whether they have any question on WhatsApp. Second is via this one, it's Google Meet here. So there's a student here. I'm not sure he is familiar or not. So because he's on switch on the camera while anyway. Okay, so that's the system that I'm using. So anyway, what is this? So in terms of the video, that's the number of student. Okay, that's 26 views. Fine. I hope by 10 a.m. it's already 40 plus, because that is the number of the students that I think is the case. Is it 40 student? Anyway, so alright, and then this is the Google Meet. Of course, currently it's empty. The student just left. and I do not want anyone who just sit there anyway, right? I just want them to come. This is the like direct consultation, right? They can come and ask specific question verbally or even on camera if need be. So that's the system that I'm using for today. What else is there? Okay, inshallah. So that is it. So I'll be on standby mode until 10. This is only 8:16. So I think that is it. I'm not sure whether I'm going to be continuously recording this in case of any interesting thing happen. We will see, and you will see by the length of the video, right? If there's a lot more coming, so perhaps there's something there. We will see how things goes today, and also in terms of the because when they log out, there will be some feedback here, right? So I just want to see what their feedback on the whole experience, whether this is okay in terms of they should be quite independent. They have the tutorial video, 1 hour to watch. They can do exercises in between, etc., according to the best practice that I hope they do. They try, and then they watch the explanation. Okay, someone's coming in, so there will be some coming in and coming out. This Google Meet is for anyone who have any question. You can stand by here if you wish, but you can come and leave the Google Meet, not a problem. This is just open until 10 a.m. Malaysian time. If you have any question to ask, or if you just want to sit here for anyone, if anyone else coming and ask question, feel free to do so. But because some student they have mobile data, etc., so if they stay here, it will cost them a lot. So they can just come and ask question and then leave. So this is open channel for that. So it's up to you what you wish to do. So I'm just standing by here for the next 1 hour and 40 minutes if you have any question, inshallah. Okay, so that's another question. No, another question. Another student in the Google Meet. Alright. So wallahu alam. So we will see how things goes, and inshallah, hopefully everything will be fine. So I'm okay. That's all. So looking at the login here, there's already 40 students. Interestingly, there's already 1, 2, 3 that say that they will not attempt any question during the tutorial. It's up to them, because different students have different capability of absorbing things. But I think for subject like this, it is important for you to actually attempt the question, right? And the tutorial session is the best possible way to do that, because you can get direct feedback. What you did wrong, I can comment, etc. Otherwise, it's up to them, right? So is there anyone who have already solved? Because that's also an option if they have actually solved, because the PDF is given, the question is given to them ahead of time. So some of them might actually already completed the whole thing and just come to hear the explanation, etc. But I don't think if there is if there are some student like that, I don't think there's many like that, right? Because in the Malaysian culture, we'd like to do it, how to say, we like to do things last minute, right? So I want to show you something before I pause this recording. Okay, in terms of if I see the recent video being watched, right? So that is interesting that when I watch here, right, this is okay, the the lecture video related to this morning is this. This is chapter 4.1 until 4.4, and also chapter 4.5. So in the last 2 days, there's 30 plus and 30 plus. So not every student actually go through the lecture. That's one thing. The second thing is, actually the time when they start here is roughly late night yesterday, right, at 10 a.m, 11 a.m, and then 1 a.m, 2 a.m. So it's really last minute, meaning that the class is today, the tutorial is today, they watched the lecture actually late night yesterday, right? I'm not sure if that is healthy, but I noticed that that is always been the trend from before, right? They watch the tutorial and no, they watch the lecture late night before the morning class, right? So that's how last minute the student like to do. Of course, this is the actual tutorial for this morning, so obviously it started just 7 a.m. and then yeah, of course this one is my own view here. This is before it went public, right? I just want to check the audio, etc. So that is it. I think so we will go back to this one. So I just want to see what is the real-time activity. Okay, so that is it for me. I'll just want to check here. There's 41 here. Obviously there shouldn't be. Oh, all right. So 8:21 already someone. Okay, let me see. This is 19117. Okay, so he started at 7 a.m. 7:01 a.m. and 8:21 he already logged out, and meaning he finished already, so it takes him 1 hour 20 minutes. I think this method is good for us understanding topic anytime, anywhere. Okay, good to know. So this is among the student that I think he's proactive, he's ahead of time. So before 8 a.m. when I'm standing by, he's already starting watching the video, and just 20 minutes he already finished everything, no problem. So some student may have no problem and no question, because if you understand the tutorial, it's quite straightforward, you can understand. Alright, so that's for now. I think if there's anything interesting after this, I think I will of course try to capture at the end when many students have already logged out, what is the comment, right? So okay, someone coming in again. So wow, this is Tun Mahathir going to my class. Assalamualaikum, dengar ke? Any question? Do you have any question or just come in? By the way, just for your information, this Google Meet is the channel. If you have any question, if you have, you can ask. If you don't have, you just want to stay and lab. Alright, so it's up to you whether you want to stay in this group or not, because this group will be open until 10. Kalau ada soalan boleh masuk. Kalau tak ada nak lepak sini, kalau ada orang lain tanya soalan pun boleh. Tapi kalau takut mobile data ke apa habis, tak perlu duduk lama-lama lah. That's the thing. Alright. So I just have a talk with Tun Mahathir. Interesting. Alright, so we'll see how it goes. That's how this morning have been. Some student coming into the Google Meet without any question, because I think they are still figuring out what the system is. Okay, inshallah. Okay, alhamdulillah. So it is 10:04 a.m. So officially the tutorial session have ended, for me at least. I'm not sure whether the students all have completed or not, so we will see. And I will go and reflect on certain things that I might have to think about for the remaining of the semester and onwards, inshallah. So we'll begin with this one. In terms of the use of this Google Meet, where it is open for them to come in and ask. If you have seen from the beginning of the video, you have seen where it creates some confusion at the beginning, where some going in do not know what is happening and what is this, and then they go out again, etc. Right? So that's one thing. So hopefully after some time they are becoming more familiar with the system. Number two, not many actually come in and ask a question. There's only 2 students that come in and ask question. One is about some technical things about submission of the quiz, and the other one actually asks something about the question, whether they have to show the free body diagram, etc. So but it's still useful, I think, for those who need to ask question, right? So I have to be standing here, but the thing is, I have to have this always on for the 2 hours, because I need to be alerted whenever someone come in, because I have to admit them to enter. Yeah, so that's one thing. But alhamdulillah, generally speaking, I think it is a good medium for anyone who want to ask, even though not many of them want to ask. But I guess it is depending on the chapter as well, because of if the chapter is quite easy, I think just by watching the tutorial they get it, so they don't have any question. Alright, so alhamdulillah, so that's one thing about the Google Meet. So okay, we can end this one. Second, about the video itself. So in terms of the number of those who watch, of course I have to, okay, in terms of hours, it's cumulatively 17 hours of watch time. So that is interesting. I can divide, so if 17 hours actually, I'm not sure whether this is updated to this particular time, but if this is the final count until this point, if the video is 1 hour, in average it's only 17 students that is actually watch the whole thing, right? But it depends, right? So if they select, because this video is already formatted for them to be able to go to each particular question that they want. They know what is the timestamp, they're going to go straight away, so they do not have to watch the whole tutorial. They can just focus on the question that they have problem. Anyway, so generally speaking, I think this is working okay, not a problem here in terms of the video. One thing that I didn't expect or realize before is that the possibility of them to post question in various different medium. I didn't expect that at the beginning. I only thought about the Google Meet and the WhatsApp, but some students actually ask and comment on the video, which is not a problem, but I have to be alert for the notification, right? So one thing here is there's one question that one student ask about R cross F, F cross R, etc. in the comment section below. So I have to be alert about that possibility. That's one thing. And next, about this login and logout, right? So basically, generally speaking, this has been okay. They log in from as early as before 6 a.m. I'm not sure what about this one. Maybe after tahajud they just straight away go and solve the problem, and then 7:01, etc. So before 8 a.m. there's already how many students that already logged in. Yeah, on the surface value they have begun the process there, because they already have, because I published the tutorial on 7 a.m. so they already can view that one. So before I'm standing by here, they already started, so that's good. But there's some start at 8:00 until at 10, but there also some started at 8:30, 8:40, 9:22, 9:20 something. Up to them. It's the window is opening there. Yeah, I guess that will change if we start to implement the quiz later on, so they have to come in time, just like the class, right? But I have to verify whether they have actually problem to come on time. Perhaps their family, they have to help their family at 8 a.m. and then, I don't know. So that's among the thing. And then this is the response. Okay, so and then they log out here, so roughly the same. So I haven't checked in detail, but yeah. And in terms of the comment, so I'll just go through the comment when they enter the class. So some of the comment is nothing. Okay, I am a dismissed student before, so my name hadn't in your list. Okay, I'm not sure about that, I have to check. Tell the student the learning outcome for the class in that day. Okay. So maybe I should be more specific. What is the learning outcome? Although I thought it should be quite clear for them that have gone through the class before, right? It's basically for them to be able to solve the problem using the previous exam question as a benchmark for that particular section. But perhaps, yes, I do need to specify so that the student is exactly clear what is going on, because in this mode they are on their own at their home, and unlike in coming to the class where they follow the flow, they are quite independent. It's expected to be independent in managing their time, even though the tutorial video is there, I'm on standby. Alright, so hopefully I remember for next time to just specify, okay, this is the outcome. Alright, I'm watching your tutorial video early in this morning but forgot to fill in the form. Sorry sir, not a problem. Hopefully he fill in. Maybe he is among the one who did the late login due to forgetfulness. No problem. Okay, some comment from after have a completing, right? So there's several that is they did before the time. So okay, easy to understand, thank you. Okay, alhamdulillah. I think the way we do it is efficient enough. Okay, alhamdulillah. It is perfect sir. Okay, so perfect is a bit extreme. I'm not sure anything is perfect, but alhamdulillah, have a nice day. Thank you sir, great session, good to know. Keep up the good work. Sir, can I ask something? Can I ask for something? Can you make us a simple note about an important little things that makes us understand about all the topic? Because I too slow to catch up for the session, I completely okay with it. Is this the need for student to have like a small or the simplified, summarized version of what they need to know or something? I have to verify on this, but because I assume they watch the lecture and they go for the tutorial, and I don't know, should I make a simplified, summarized version? Okay, this is the 4 equation that you need to know from this topic. I'm not sure, maybe I should, but generally I prefer for them to go through the whole process rather than memorizing things. That's just my thing. So anyway, so I have to see what this is all about and consider if I need to. Is there any chance to I can ask you directly on WhatsApp for tutorial guide? What is tutorial guide? Are you okay with it? If not, any platform I can ask question you're comfortable with. Okay, so for this student, because I'm not sure who is this, but for this student, if you're watching, I opened the Google Meet for you to ask directly, right? No problem. But in case you are among those who cannot go into Google Meet because of internet connection instability or insufficient, you can ask directly on WhatsApp. There's actually one student actually for today ask directly on WhatsApp. That's fine. Not a problem. So the one that is dedicated is the Google Meet, and you, because the Google Meet is easy for you to verbally express your question and I can answer real time. In WhatsApp, it does take time for me to read and then write, and then the communication takes a bit more time. But I'm open for it, inshallah. Thank you sir, it's good. I only managed to answer and understand 4 questions out of 7, but I will make it as my homework to do. Overall, the way you want to make students participate in the module class is good. You make the form to sign in and sign out. Thank you sir for hard working. So meaning that not all of the question is understood. Okay, hopefully when you do your homework you understand. I'm not sure whether this answer is by meaning he tried to do it on his own and he haven't yet checked the tutorial video, because in the tutorial video I have explained for every question. But even if after watching that and he's still not clear, then I have to improve my video. I'm not sure. I have to check what exactly is the thing that he didn't or she didn't understand. Okay, everything is going well sir, thank you very much. Alhamdulillah, it is the best way in online learning. Thank you sir, best way in online learning. Okay, if I have a question I will directly WhatsApp you. Okay, no suggestion, kena belajar banyak lagi. Okay, is this a reflection or I have to learn many more things, or is this directed to me? Kau kena belajar banyak lagi lah tu. If that is directed to me, please do tell me what else should I learn in terms of making this more effective. But if that is just aku kena belajar banyak lagi, I have to learn much more, I hope you realize that and put the effort, inshallah, so that you can excel, inshallah. So those are the responses for this, among the thing, okay, so we can close this, I think, because we have roughly covered everything here, here, and here. Okay, another thing that I test is for the possibility, because one possible thing that I will be doing is quiz in the class, so they have to submit using, you know, sending the snapshot. So how many students have submitted? 37, so not all yet. So I'm testing the system here, so I'm just seeing here just to see whether I can actually read. So from here, I think I can read, but it will be challenging compared to normal, right? Because the picture can be in darkness something, light in some part and darkness in some parts, for example like this. So this is this clear enough, etc., right? So yeah, generally speaking, I think the system work. I'm not sure whether those who haven't submitted yet. Okay, another thing, this is 51 file, but this is 37 response. Okay, that is the problem though, yeah. I have to go to individual, I guess, because in the quiz sometimes it is possible that they have more than one page to solve the problem, right? So I ask them some to test whether there's not a second page, etc., and when they upload, is it okay or not. So I'm assuming 37 response and 51 file, meaning that some of them actually submit multiple page, but it becomes separate file when it is uploaded, right? So that is another thing. If it is being submitted as another file but 2 page of the same answer, I have to check how to go about this one, right? Maybe I need to go as individual and see one by one when I'm grading. Wow. Okay, in this quiz part, I think it will create more work for me than expected. Okay, something is coming in, so it's 37 response now. But anyway, so that is about the quiz, so we will check on that later on. Another thing that I didn't expect is, okay, submitted late. I submitted late. Okay, so because I set the time to be 10 a.m. for them to submit, I just want to test if that is the quiz time, etc. Can they submit on time? So some people submit late, so I will be notified like this. But okay, for now it's okay, because this one is not graded, it's just to test the system. There are some things like some actually ask question. Okay, some ask question on Google Meet, yeah, fine. Some ask on WhatsApp, fine. Some actually ask about when I posted the PDF on the group. They actually ask question there in the comment there. So there are different places where student actually ask question, right? So it is multiple channel. I didn't expect that. So I have to be alert for everything, right? For any notification in YouTube, in my email, in Google Classroom, in Google Meet. So it is interesting, but interesting. Okay, so that is it, I think. What is else? Nothing else, I think. So overall, it has been a positive experience. I think it works, inshallah, in terms of the material is not exhausting their own mobile data, I think, compared to if it is a synchronous mode, right? Compared to like Zoom, etc., I think, or throughout Google Meet, I think that will be even more demanding on their internet data, right? So I think this way, where the tutorial is already available online on YouTube, they can starting to watch whenever it's convenient for them. And also, we haven't go in detail about the YouTube, but now it is possible to make timestamp to make it into chapters, right? So they can just to illustrate, right? So this is the video, right? The timeline become divided into sections. So this is introduction and mind setting, question 1, question 2, question 3, question 4, question 5, question 6, question 7, and then closing remark. So they might actually skip all the introduction and closing remark and just go for the question, but it's up to them, right? So I think it is helpful that if their only question is on question 3, for example, they can just straight away to go to question 3. So those things are to help the student to facilitate. I think generally speaking, it has been okay. So inshallah we will continue on to improve, and hopefully what we do is helpful for the student, inshallah. Wallahu alam. So that's it for today. It has been a great first day of tutorial session, inshallah. Of course, in terms of the learning outcome itself, we have to see when I do the quiz in the next or upcoming sections or lecture or tutorial or sessions. We will see how they perform, inshallah. Wallahu a'lam. So thank you, and any feedback, any suggestion, if especially you have more experience in blended learning, online learning, whatever type of learning, do comment, do give suggestion that can help me to improve. If you are a student that feels something that need to be improved as well, do suggest and comment. I do appreciate it. Thank you. See you next time, inshallah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.